Steam, notably, is a platform that is very good at time-shaming you. For every game that you play, it keeps a separate timer for exactly how much of your precious life you've spent away mining dirt, or buying flashlights, or committing genocide. It's oftentimes fun to look at, but it's also often rather sobering. Alongside your own personal timers, Steam also makes available exactly how many people are playing the same game as you at this moment in time, so you can know exactly how many people are escaping their own mental chores or grind, just like you are. While the community most often collects this concurrent player data for the purposes of judging a game's release hyperpopularity, activity, and longevity, or deadness, it can also kinda be used for a bit of time shaming as well. That saying, how much time have Terrarians collectively spent, or wasted, playing Terraria on Steam over the past week or month? Surely the number must be gargantuan. 1 million hours? 10 million? Maybe 100 million? Well, that's what we're looking into today. The concurrent player data I will be using in this project comes from SteamDB, perhaps the largest repository of Steam player data. It stores data for exactly how many people were playing Terraria and eModLoader, precise down to every 10-minute interval for the past week or every hour interval over the past month. We can use this data to estimate exactly how much time is spent playing Terraria. How, you ask? Well, a bit of repeated multiplication. Total playtime is just equal to the amount of people playing times the amount of time they played. If you alone play Terraria for 1,000 hours, you have 1,000 hours of total playtime, as 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. But if 15,000 people play Terraria for 2 hours, they have 30,000 hours of total playtime, as 15,000 times 2 is 30,000. Multiplication like this is plain and simple whenever player sizes are constant, but what if they aren't? For example, this is the concurrent player data between 6:30 AM and 7:30 AM UTC on the 20th of August 2024. How much Terraria has been played in this case? Well, we just multiply across each interval and add them up, giving us a total playtime. 25,000 players are playing for these 10 minutes, giving us 250,000 play minutes, and 25,049 here are for the next 10 minutes, giving us another 250,490 minutes, and so forth. Even if player count is no longer constant, we can find the total playtime over this long, non-constant period by finding playtime in these small intervals and adding them up. Now, of course, player count isn't constant within these small intervals either, but given how small these intervals are and how many of them we have, it's safe to treat them as such to allow us to get a very good approximation of the total playtime given the data we have. So we take the thousands of these little tiny constant playtime chunks from the 10-minute or hour data points we have that represent the past week or month, and add them together to find the total playtime over this larger period. For those of you who have already started taking or already learned basic calculus, this may strike you as rather familiar, and that's because it should be. I'm essentially taking the Riemann sum of the function of concurrent players over time. Total playtime, or man-hours, is just the integral of concurrent players over time. And given that we have a collection of data points representing the current player function, using a Riemann sum is the best way to find the integral, and thus, total playtime, which is what we're after. So, time for the big reveal. How much time have us Terrarians burned in the last month? Well, the answer is quite high. Note that I am counting both TModLoader and Terraria player counts here because, well, both of them are Terraria, and they actually count separately. That is, TMod players don't count toward the Terraria player count, and vice versa. So, yeah. Without further ado though, here are the numbers. In roughly the past week from recording, that is from 9:40 PM UTC on the 19th of August to the same time on the 26th of August 2024, Terrarians on Steam have sank approximately 8.36 million hours into Terraria. That is roughly 5 times the amount of time y'all have sank into my channel within its lifetime, all within just 1 week on Steam. It also happens to be about a millennia in year terms. Quite the feat. As for the past month, from the 27th of July to the 26th of August, we're at about 43.6 million hours, or nearly 5,000 years. An entire Chinese history, even including the fiddly bits. Quite impressive. Unfortunately, I can't do this calculation all the way back to the genesis of Terraria since I think data points precise only to the peak count during a day is a bit too inaccurate for me. The ebbs and flows during a given day have to be included to make it accurate, so this is the best data we have for now. Thank you for watching this short analysis of mine that I found buried at the bottom of my ideas folder. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing as only about a quarter of you do. Similar videos are on the left and right. May the Alamo not happen to you, and good day and goodbye. See you next week.